Hi everyone, this is Sherrie Rice Smith for EFTforchristians.com. Today what I want to talk a little bit about is the generalization effect. You may hear this term, and I do teach this as part of the EFT curriculum. But what the generalization effect is that sometimes you'll have multiple emotional issues or habits or whatever will neutralize or resolve without you ever tapping on them. And it's kind of neuroplasticity, that things are wired together neurologically, and they'll just snap together. You'll do this a lot when you first start tapping. You'll find habits or traits just disappear, stuff that you never even thought to tap on, or they were so minor you didn't even think that they were maybe in the beginning worth tapping on. Some of these are table legs. We call those events table legs, and stuff is shared neurologically. The way Gary Craig, the gentleman, the founder of EFT, found this out is he had a vet, I think it was Vietnam vet, that wanted to tap, and the vet said he had 200 war memories. Now I know if I thought I had 200 memories about anything that I needed to tap on, I would probably panic and just give it up, thinking I could never ever get it done. Now I probably have already tapped on 200 memories, but in the beginning, you don't really think about what's going on and whatever you need to tap on. You're just ready to try to feel emotionally better. Gary tapped with this vet, and he said he tapped on exactly 10 memories, and the other 190 disappeared with it. Why did that happen? Because of that shared neurological piece. Donald Hebb said neurons that wire together fire together, and that's kind of how they now see the brain. It works that every time you have any type of an event, it starts to intertwine with other neural bundles, and it gets, and if you ever look at a picture of what the brain looks like, it's just this big massive cobwebs of meshed up bundles. And they start to hook in, because as you tap, if you have a neural bundle here on this memory, there's all these other ones that are connected to it, and they kind of start firing with it. And then they just kind of get all mixed up together. So that is how Gary found that. Part of it also is this chemical buildup. It's kind of like laying bricks and building a wall. You have a chemical reaction based on hormones, peptides, and neurotransmitters when something negative happens to you, and particularly, again, as usually, as I say, in childhood. And then you build that up, and then another event happens. It reinforces that chemical component. It builds it even higher and thicker. And every time it does it, it builds up those neural bundles. And to the point where anytime you have anything that remotely smacks or resembles those earlier events, you immediately go to that thinking, that feeling, and once again, you reinforce all that chemistry. And it builds up, and it builds up, and it builds up, and it ends up being a conditioned neurological feedback loop, that it's your go-to thinking. That's where we get stuck, because we can't get out of the thinking process. It's just, you think something, here's the only solution I see. You think something, it's the only solution I see. Where if once you start tapping, you start severing some of that, and other solutions to problems, other possibilities pop up. And it's an amazing way how God opens our life up to go, wow, there is another way to handle this. And that you don't, go off, flying off the hook yelling at your kids, or you don't think how all these bad things you think about yourself, and it's running in your head. You stop some of that critical thinking. It's amazing how it does work. Remember, you double your neural pathways when you continue to think the same thought over and over. It goes for good events, and it also goes for bad memories. And you double the neural pathways around it for every hour you sit and think about something. So if in childhood you think that no one likes you, and you think about that, and then every time a friend walks out of your life, you think it some more, and then the people at work don't want to associate you with you for whatever reason, and you think it some more, and you double and double and double and double those neural pathways around that thought until that's your pervading idea of who you are. No one wants to associate with me. And of course, the more you think of that, the more you get exactly what you think. Nobody wants to associate with you. Often while you're tapping, you may find that you start tapping on a 12-year-old memory and an 8-year-old memory may pop up. My opinion, and this is just my opinion from experience of tapping with people, I would go back, I would let that 12-year-old memory just kind of sit there, for the time being, and I would go back and tap on that earlier 8-year-old memory because it's more foundational, it's earlier, and I would then try to go ahead and use that. You might want to try exaggerating the picture. Often we'll do that, and I don't mean getting terrifically go Juilliard on you, but sometimes you can, I'd say things like, nobody likes me, and exaggerate your voice, nobody loves me. By doing that, it's almost like your subconscious goes, all right, already, give it up. And it tends to often let it go. You might at the end of when you tap for some things, you might want to do the 9 gamut or the floor to ceiling eye roll to solidify any of those changes that you've had. So again, this is the generalization effect. I kind of digressed a little bit, but generalization effect is when you tap on habits or a memory, and suddenly other things that are in your life, they just kind of disappear. For me, it helped with my nail biting. I didn't really tap on the fact that I was still kind of chewing on my fingers like I did as a kid, and I still did it as an adult a little bit, so I'm telling on myself here. Some of that disappeared. I used to get styes. That would disappear. My face was still broken out as an adult. It's cleared pretty well. That I never really tapped on. That just happened. I don't know that I specifically tapped on some of my seasonal allergies. They went away, and I think those are grief-based. Those went away with that. So you will find things will go. Often people will come up to you and they'll say, did you change your hair color? Did you get a haircut? Did you lose some weight? You just look different. Did you get new glasses? They may be the first ones to notice that things are changing with you, even more so than you yourself, because again, EFT is so subtle. It just, it happens. You don't notice it because it just kind of slips in the door, and it does. Just remember, let the Holy Spirit lead you to what memories you're doing. He's just amazing how he'll send you down that path that you need to go to find whatever it is that is underneath. Just pray before you do it and allow him, ask him for help, because he'll just give you whatever it is that you need. And you're going to come up with some memories that, you may not have thought of for decades. And they may be your foundational memories because you actually forget them on a purpose. Your subconscious has buried them because they were too difficult to deal with. Remember, EFT is not a substitute for medical care. So if you need any kind of medical or psychological help, please do contact your own personal physician. I hope this is a little bit helpful. It's kind of a fun concept to deal with, and it's one that you may not notice right away, but later you may come to find out that some particular habit or thought just may never come back to you and for a very long time. All right, have a great day. God bless you. Come visit me at EFTforchristians.com. And with this video, go ahead and subscribe to my video channel, because then when I put these new ones on, you can go ahead and you'll get notified, I think. I also have that EFT blog. That's all on my resource page on EFTforchristians.com. So go look at it. There's a lot of blogs. I've written those over the years, and you might find those helpful. Okay, God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.